So I wanted to share with you guys, just to hopefully encourage you, my healing story of how I got better. This is a little warning at the beginning. I'm a Christian, so I want to give all the credit to Jesus exclusively, but I'll tell you about the whole journey and all the events that brought me to that place of believing that. So, first of all, it was 2009, and I am a musician, singer songwriter, and so I was touring internationally. I was in Asia at the time, and I just started feeling very ill. Had stomach issues, tiredness, insomnia, had pain in my body, and just a lot of strange things started happening, weird, unexplainable symptoms that kept adding up. Ended up getting so bad that I actually canceled one of my tours early and just kind of moved in with my parents and stopped music for a while and started kind of going to doctors and reading and trying to figure out what was going on with my health. That was a long process that eventually led me to discover that I had multiple autoimmune conditions and a systemic infection that may or may not have been Lyme disease or something like it. So that was as close to a diagnosis as I got. That began a 2-year process of feeling really sick and trying to get better. I changed a lot of things. I changed the way I ate. I changed the way I thought about life and rest. And I changed my exercise habits to very gentle. And I changed my outlook on life in a lot of ways. I just really used that time to clean house and try to draw near to God and get some wisdom on health and healing and wholeness, physically, but also in my heart. And while I wouldn't wish it on anyone, that was the good that came out of that time, was that I really did grow as a person, and I got a chance to reprioritize, and I got a chance to learn to trust God in a way that I never had to before. So I didn't really know if I was going to get better or not. I had a lot of the message of, oh, it's not going to get better, and a lot of that belief all around me that when it's chronic illness, that's just what it is and you have to deal with it. But something in my heart never really agreed with that. I always thought there was a way to get better. I always thought there was a reason that the body was doing this, and if I could learn and ask the right resources and figure it out, then I could do a lot to feel a lot better. And I always held on to that belief, and I think it helped me a lot in my journey. Just the perseverance, to not give up. So, and that comes from my faith as well, to just stay joyful in hard times. It says in the Bible to consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith develops perseverance, and perseverance must finish its work so you can be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So while it was a time that sucked and that I didn't get to do my career that I loved, I took it as a blessing because there were a lot of hidden gems in that season of hardship. So some things that helped me just heal, where I got on the GAPS diet, autoimmune protocol, whatever you want to call it. I stopped eating a bunch of crap that I was reacting to. That's basically what that protocol is. Figure out what you're reacting to and stop it so you can heal and so your immune system can get the break it needs. And that strict diet I did for a year, and then I started adding little things here and there that I could tolerate, like quinoa and rice and chocolate. And I still am pretty much eating paleo and eating real clean, and obviously not eating things that I still react to. But the list is shorter now. Yay! So many of you just need to hear that. The list gets shorter when you get better. And then I still have to do the celiac thing where gluten can't even touch my food. So that's annoying, but we're working on it. And then I want to share too that during this time I was praying for healing, meaning physical relief, but God really answered my prayer in an even deeper way than I knew to ask for. He healed me from the inside out. And sometimes that's why it takes longer than you want it to, because he's doing a bigger work than you can even fathom. So I would say coming out on the other side of it, where now I feel better. I'm not really treating for Lyme very much anymore. I'm just trying to be careful with my health and be, use movement and use positivity and use nutrition to stay on top of things and restore my cells and keep learning and always keep growing. And I'm really careful about the resources I listen to. I only want to talk with people who actually believe I can get better, because that's all I've found to be helpful. But I wanted to say I benefited from this time because I would say I'm a stronger person now, and I have better priorities, and I'm more selfless, and I enjoy life and embrace it in a way that only someone who didn't know if they were going to get more of it can do. So every day feels like a bonus, and even though I have little health things here and there, I am working 2 jobs. I'm married and active volunteering at my church and living a full life in many, many, many ways. And so I feel grateful and I feel lucky. And I can't answer the question why I got better and some people don't, but it is my mission in life to make sure more people do. And I believe that that's God's will for us, because He's good and He's the healer, and that's who He is, and that's what He does. So I think my faith was a huge part of it, just knowing that and knowing the Father and hearing from Him that there was a hope and a future. So I definitely recommend looking into your faith, side of life, your spiritual walk when you're sick, because that's going to be a big part of getting better. It just is. So that's my healing story. Now I am back on my feet. I don't have pain in my body anymore. I have inflammation still when I push myself too hard or eat the wrong thing, for sure. And that affects even my alignment sometimes in my core. So I'm working through that and other little things. But the blood sugar issues are gone. Heart stuff is gone. Eyesight stuff is back to normal. Everything's, my skin works great unless I put a lot of product on it. Everything's back to a very doable state. So hopefully that can encourage some of you who are going through the thick of it in the chronic illness world. You can feel free to message me and comment, and I'll answer you back with any advice or tips I may have picked up along the way. But hang in there, and I love you guys, and thanks for listening to my story.